Hello and welcome to Talkin' Baseball. We hope you had a fantastic weekend, but it's over and time to talk about the sport of baseball at the major league level. Let's do it. Hello and welcome to Talkin' Baseball, presented by SeatGeek. My name is Jimmy. Sitting next to me is Jake. In the corner, we have producer BBD. And in California, we got Trevor Plouffe. Is my mic hot for you guys, or just is my volume in my headphones hot? But I'm hot. Jake, how are you?
You're hot, man. Trevor, James, Big, Baby David. Everyone live in the chat. Everyone's Father's Day is 2 Sundays away. So get your gifts ready. Want to get ahead of that one. What's going on, fellas? Big sports weekend. Summer is here. Summer is kicking. We're getting hot days. And, the Rangers have welcomed us into their family. Stanley Cup, figuring that out. Boring. NBA Finals, Golden State's already 1-6.
Baseball only here.
Boring. Then it's all baseball. I mean, there's a couple outliers there, but it's all baseball, baby. So I'm excited. We had a couple big dogs kind of straighten out the ship this week. I think Atlanta's fully joined the party. Ooh, excited for that. Teaser.
Don't talk about my NL.
Trev, what's going on the left coast? Baby.
Atlanta had some Pedialyte. Not hungover anymore?
Are
they drinking again? We have to talk about that.
I had the Gatorade Pedialyte yesterday.
I like Gatorade after a long night of drinking. I'm fine with that.
They
a little
make
too much sugar for me on the regular, but
they make a Pedialyte version of Gatorade now.
I don't want to get too far into this, but I developed a drink back in 2006 with my friend Javi Sanchez. It was going to be called Progress. And it was basically going to be Pedialyte marketed for adults. We never did it. I would have been a billionaire.
Yeah, you would have, because
I regret that.
Because I remember when around 2006 in high school, you had to go buy the baby section, the Pedialyte. And Kraus, our friend, used to do that, and you would get weird looks, and then it fully became an okay thing for adults to drink. So you would have been rich, Trev.
Really rich. One of those guys that definitely wouldn't be talking to an idiot like Jake today.
Trevor, I haven't seen.
It was hostile pre-up.
It was a hostile. Before the episode, it was hostile. Neither of them are wearing.
Loved ones got mentioned.
Both of them are wearing sunglasses. Both of them are wearing sunglasses. For those just listening to podcasts, both are wearing sunglasses because they both went. Johnny Depp said, "You will not see my eyes ever again." So it's hostile. I haven't seen Trev. I had to go to the dentist last week on Friday, so I haven't seen Trev since Italy. So hi, Trev.
James, I told you look great too. It's
thanks, appreciate you.
Yeah,
he said.
But I missed you guys. I missed this team being back together.
Yeah,
sunglasses look like they're tight on you. You got big dents on your nose from those sunglasses.
It's a big nose.
No, your nose is fine.
It's a big nose.
It's good though. It's not like
the Storielli family nose has been discussed.
Yeah, but I don't think it's a gross big nose.
It will be. It's on its way. The nose continues to grow.
Yeah, and the ears.
Happy Father's Day. My father schnozzes. Oh my God.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It's not Father's Day yet, bro. Relax.
Get ahead of it.
Dude, it's 2 weeks out. It's close.
I'll be
shipping in New York for Father's Day. I'm a company man.
Yeah. Yeah, we got a big thing on Father's Day. Katie wasn't happy. Anyway, hey, the sports and the baseball. I have a gripe with the NL.
Trevor, when's the last time you've had sex?
This is what started it all pre-show. It's inappropriate, bro.
Trev, I'm doing the Manscaped ad read because we're talking about, and what's Manscaped talking about? Father's Day is coming up. And guess what? Does your dad's testicles creep you out? Well, guess what? He's got to take care of it. He's got to take care of it down there, and so do you.
Daddy, why does yours not look like mine?
Manscaped They've got their Lawnmower 4.0, part of their Performance Package 4.0. Tackle any and all old man hair from head to toe. This right here, it's not a dad joke. Treat yourself and pops. 4 million men worldwide are using Manscaped. And right now you can get 20% off and free shipping with the code Talkin at manscaped.com. Trust me, even a good dad bod will like this. That's something I can speak on. The 4.0 package, people, it comes with the lawnmower. It comes with everything. The boxers. BBD loves the boxers. Jim loves the boxers. I wore them to travel in. That's how you know they're a comfy pair of boxers. Go get the whole thing. Go get it for Pops. Take care of your jewels. Take care of his jewels because you used to live in his jewels. 20% off and free shipping with code Talkin at manscaped.com. That's code Talkin, manscaped.com. So
Good stuff. Good stuff. Thanks, Manscaped. All right, let's get into it. I have the NL, and I have a gripe with the NL. As I said, there was only one 3-game series in the entire National League, Trev.
Yeah.
I don't know if the AL was like that.
Jimmy's got games.
AL was all 3-game series.
Are you kidding me? Dude, the NL's ridiculous. Mets, Dodgers, 4-game set. Padres, Milwaukee, 4-game set. San Francisco, Miami, 4-game set. Cardinals, Cubs, 5-game set. Atlanta, Colorado, 4-game set. Cincinnati Nationals, 4-game set. Like, this is too many games. How am I supposed to fit this in 4 minutes?
437.
Trust your heart.
The Mets and Dodgers split a 4-game set. The Dodgers taking the first 2, the Mets taking the next 2. There was some funky injury stuff going on for the Mets, but they recovered well and did not Mets it up. Walker Buehler, he got hit around, so I think that's a bit of a storyline. Dodgers bats are good, and then the Mets also, like, their bats are good. Some injuries there, but the Mets do come back and make sure they don't lose the series, which I think is really good. I think the Mets should be happy with that. The Padres and the Brewers played 4 games. The last 2 times these teams played against each other, I was blown away with the defense. Manny made another great play to rob Kutch of a hit, but then Kutch comes through in game 1 to get the walk-off, and that's the only game the Brewers win. Musgrove flirted with a no-no again. He's been insane. Ashby gave up 4 runs, and that was all they needed because the Padres got shut out, or the Brewers got shut out 2 games in a row. In game 3, Clevenger makes his return, and Colton Wong says, "We will not be shut out again." Hits a homer in the first inning, and then he hits a game-tying homer later on, but it wasn't enough, and the Padres win games 2, 3, and 4. to win the series, which is good because they gain a game on the Dodgers there. The Giants and the Marlins split a 4-game set. The Giants listened to Beethoven before game 2, which said they helped them relax, and they put up 15 runs. Alcantara pitched well. And then they both went opener, and that stunk. And then Lopez and Webb didn't have great starts, and the Marlins won that, but then the Giants won game 4, so they split. And that's what happened down there. Miggy Rowe put on a defensive display. The Cardinals and the Cubs played 5 games. The Cubs won, the Cardinals won, the Cubs won, the Cardinals won. So it comes down to the 5th game. Who's going to win and take the series? It's Cardinals. Both of these teams are displaying rookies at an all-time pace. It's a debut every night. The Cardinals rookies are doing really well. The Cubs got to debut their stud rookie, what's his name? Killian or something like that? What's his name? Caleb Killian. Yeah, he makes his debut. They had another guy make his debut. Keegan Thompson's going the rotation. So the Cubs are bringing the young kids up, which means I think trades are looming, and that's exciting. The Cardinals, Waino pitches really well. They call up rookies that are doing really well. They win 3 out of 5. The Rockies get swept by the Braves in a 4-game set. Bravo's got a lot of momentum. They look good. They're playing well. Max Fried is a stud. And it looks like Strider might be having their last start in the rotation. locked up. And Acuna's back playing the outfield and hitting, which is a huge lift for them. D-backs and the Pirates played 3 games. The Pirates lost the first game, but won the next 2 as the Pirates are displaying a bunch of their young guys and having a lot of fun there. Suwinski, is that how you say it? Yep. He had a good outing. Roansy Contreras dealt. Melanson blew it for Jake's D-backs, so I don't know what's going on there. Stop blowing games. Nationals and Reds played 4 games. Reds won game 1. Ashcraft, probably their best starter. Hunter Green, what up? It's Ashcraft season. But the Nats win games 2, 3, and 4. Patrick Corbin had a good start. He's riding the ship a little bit. And that's all. That's everything I got. That's the National League.
I mean, very nice.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Big old study session for me.
What do the standings look like? Jimmy, back in the booth.
The Dodgers are in first place, but the Padres did gain a game because the Padres won 3 and the Dodgers only won 2. So the Padres are 2 games back. Meanwhile, the Giants, they split their 4-game set, so they stayed the same, 5.5 back. In the Central, the Cardinals are creeping up. Milwaukee, basically, they're tied in the loss column. So they're tied, basically. So that's not good, as the Padres won 3 out of 4, and the Cardinals won 3 out of 5. And then the Mets are still in first place, but the Braves, they get 2 games. 4-game sweep for the Braves when the Mets split their 4-game set. So the Braves are 8.5 back. So that's the standings. I don't know. Where do you guys want to go first? Do you have any interest, Trev? Anything stand out for you? Do you want to do the boring ones, then the interesting ones?
I'm a Cron guy, so I love the Mets-Dodgers up there. Series split. You talked about at the end, James. You said, I think the Mets should be happy, and I think they should be really happy with what went down in L.A. The 4-game sets are kind of crazy. Losing the first 2 games.
Yeah.
Come back to win the next 2 against Buehler and Urias.
Yeah.
That's a pretty daunting when you're like, damn, we lost the first 2. Now we got to face those 2 guys. They end up, giving Buehler his shortest outing of the season. And then that comeback victory on yesterday. So, I mean, they got to be happy with that.
And game 1, they played well. It was a 2-0 loss, and Marte.
They got Catterdead.
Tony Gonsolin with one of the better starts to a season / a career you can ask for, and still an afterthought besides ignoring Trevor Plouffe at local celebrity baseball games.
He didn't ignore me.
Well,
yeah, well, he didn't know you were, but also Marte kind of doesn't get to a Justin Turner ball that he probably likes to get to get the second run. So I mean, the offense didn't do anything. They got Catterdead. And then even, what was the first run in this game? It was a bunch of singles in a row. Mookie's crazy. Hard hit rate is nuts.
If you're the Mets, you're stoked. On not trying to even be Yankees D-bag crew, but on Saturday morning, Friday night, I saw some Mets tweets leaking out. Something about injuries. I saw in 2015, I think this was our guy Jolly Olive, the year the Mets went to the World Series, I think they went 0-for against the Dodgers. So they were actually spinning it that way. Like they were kind of digging up some of that magic again. For them to take the final 2 games in L.A. against what the Dodgers have been doing this year, yeah, I mean, that's whew.
Yep.
We need a term for that.
Can I give a couple guys
like
some
a
credit?
savior split?
Something like that. What do you got, Trev?
Buck Showalter? Am I giving managers credit right now?
Yeah, well, I
did a couple things.
Yeah, there's another thing I want to talk about with the series as well, but do the Buck first.
Well, I love that he called out Dave Roberts about the position player pitching. He knew the rule, and I think he might have been one of the only guys that knew that rule. He said, you know what? No, you're going to waste another pitcher. I love that. I mean, that's strategy to the T right there, man. So that is one way he absolutely impacted the game on the field.
Also, glaring. So if anyone doesn't know, in 2020, they implemented a rule saying you cannot use a position player if you're down by less than 6 runs. If it's a 5-run game, you got to fucking try to come back. You can't just be quitting because that's a bad look for the sport. they didn't really implement it because of COVID rules and because of the schedule got crazy. And then in 2021, they still didn't really implement it, but it was supposed to be there. And now they're doing it. So Dave Roberts was like, well, we did it last year with Justin Turner. We were down 5, and I guess they're just tightening it up now, which is confusing. But also, like, just eye-opening for everyone. Be like, 5 runs? You don't think you can put together a 5-run? It's not worth your time to hold a 5-run lead. It's a bad look for the sport.
What I think it is, and I didn't check on this, but it makes sense to me. They fill out these cards and they have guys that are up and guys that are down. I think they've reached the max of guys that they had up that day. Buehler has a short start. They used 6 pitchers, I believe. So I think they probably wanted, the guy who came in, what was his name? I forget who they brought in.
They tried to bring in McKinstry.
Yeah, no, I know. But the pitcher that came in after him, he probably wasn't supposed to be up that day. So they probably reached the max of guys they had like scheduled to pitch on the day. And he was just trying to find a way around it. That's my guess.
Yeah. No, I mean, I hear you, but it's just like 5 runs is, we saw 5-run comebacks. And
oh my gosh. Yeah.
So
balls are juiced again. Everyone knows that.
What I wanted to mention was that Pete Alonso, crusher of baseballs, got Brewstar twice in this series. Took a 100-mile-per-hour home pitch and just kind of flicked it to right center. And then in the next game, got him again. And I always like noting that. Like, if they see each other in the postseason or they see each other on the stretch, like it's nice for the Mets and for Pete to have that mental recall of like, I got him.
100%. Pete mashes at Dodger Stadium too. Chris Rosie had some stats on that earlier today. He feels very, very comfortable at Chavez Ravine. Dude, one more thing, then we can kind of like move on. Tony Gonsolin, we never talk about him, or we talk about him too much. I'm not sure which one it is. Stud. Tyler Anderson. 26 straight scoreless innings right now?
Yeah.
Is that what the stat is?
Yeah. 26 straight. He gave up 4 starts ago. He gave up 2 runs in the first. Since then, 26 straight scoreless by him. It's nuts. And then on the flip side, Walker Buehler couldn't get out of the third. I think location's been his issue, leading the balls getting hit.
Okay.
Yeah. Anything else on this one?
Where are you bringing us to now, Haas?
Well, I have a different order than the sheet, so let me look at what the sheet says.
Okay. She would say Padres-Brewers.
Yeah, Padres-Brewers. Good series for the Padres. They get another insane outing by Musgrove. He was nasty. 8 innings pitched, 0 earned runs, 1 hit, no hitter through 7.2. Gets broken up, little tip of the cap to each other. Stuff was nasty. His game log is nuts. His ERA, I don't know what it is, but is it under 1 now? I mean, it's... And
by the way, Joe Musgrove, free agent after the year. Whoo, get your checkbooks ready for No Joe. Mackenzie Gore continues to be lights out. Dude, it feels like every episode I'm impressed by the Padres. They gained a game on the Dodgers. Their lineup still doesn't look like it's right. Tatis hopefully is going to be cleared to swing in the next couple days. This is a team that I can't wait to see what they look like come the trade deadline when Nando is back. I think they make 1 or 2 strategic moves in their lineup. And this team should be ready to give the Dodgers hell this year, which is awesome.
The pitching is incredible. Some fun storylines from this series is Kutch snaps his 0 for 32 slump, which was the longest of his career, with a walk-off hit. Brousseau goes on the 10-day IL, so he wasn't available on the bench because he something with his ankle. So Jace Peterson did not get pinch hit for in the bottom of the 9th, which he usually would have. And he comes through with almost a walk-off grand slam, but it was a triple. So that's a fun storyline. The Brewers had a lot of people make their debut. Strzelecki made his debut. And then their catcher, Narvaez, got COVID hours before the game, and they needed just a body in the dugout. So the two other catchers on their 40-man weren't close enough. So they called up Australian catcher Alex something. I wrote it down, I forgot. And he was A-ball. He was in the A-ball clubhouse, and then 2 hours later, he was in the Brewers clubhouse, and he's an Australian catcher, so that was cool.
Love that. Saw that. That was awesome.
Machado, both sides of the ball, killed it. And then Profar had two absolute dink bloop hits that went for RBIs. One was a blocked bunt. There was a blooper. And then Cronenworth behind him hit the ball hard. Cronenworth is getting going.
Jake the Rake, 2-homer game. Clevenger comes back. Will he find it this year? Right now, he's kind of a bonus piece for them. Pretty cool. Man, the Wong, I mean, you give me a Colton Wong, Jake Cronenworth, 4-homer game between those two guys. I mean, that's going to put some lead in my pencil, my namesake and my swag sake.
BBD, can you let me know when the Rogers brothers were born? They both had bad weekends, and I just want to know what's going on. You know, it's a birthday or something. Just something.
December 17th, 1990.
I don't know.
Not sure.
I feel like the Padres, we do say good things about them every episode, but I feel like they haven't hit their stride yet. Am I off on that? Like,
it's because it's defense, and that's what our buddy Chris said to us. He said the defense is like it's pitching and defense, and I guess you don't see that on a numbers on a game log, you know. But they make so many plays that other teams don't make, and the teams that aren't making them, fan bases, aren't upset about it because they just don't know that the Padres are out there making them all the time.
It's a similar recipe to the Yanks. I think the Padres have the least errors in baseball. I think the Yankees are the second least errors in baseball, and each night they're getting lights out starting pitching performance. It's like it's a crazy easy formula that's worked every year in baseball history, but we don't properly measure defense, and anything else is kind of bonus points.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, I mean, their offensive stride is coming. Like, I just like, you know, it's a simulation, so I'm looking into the future a little bit here. Luke Voigt, like, big postseason homer, like, he kind of hasn't got it going. There's a lot of guys. You mentioned Tatis, dude. Like, forgot about him. I didn't forget about him, but, you know, that guy hasn't even been around yet this season, and they're going toe-to-toe with the Dodgers.
Think about that, man. They're going to add Fernando Tatis at some point. They can make I don't want to say a small trade deadline move, but they can make the Eddie Rosario or the Jock Peterson last year, and you're going to add 2 dudes to this lineup, or at least a dude and a half.
Can I buy all the Tatis stock right now? I think it's low, right? Like, people aren't like, they forgot how good this guy is, right?
Yeah, I think it's low.
I think it's lower.
I'm buying it.
I don't think it's low. I'll let you buy some stock.
You can buy some. Yeah. Next up, I have San Francisco, Miami. What's on the... Yeah. Both of these teams searching for a thing. So, reliever Brebbia, is that how you say it? He was the opener for Game 2. Before he went to the bullpen, jokingly put on for Elise by Beethoven. And then they said no one in the clubhouse changed it. So the Giants were nice and relaxed. That's copyright free, right? Play some Fur Elise.
That sounds like the Giants clubhouse to me.
Yeah. That's a Gabe
That makes
run,
a lot of sense.
It's a Gabe run clubhouse, right?
Yeah.
Sean Helly in that game tied the tallest MLB player record at 6'11". Get out of here, dude.
Get out of here.
I don't have time for that. Oh, this is great. We used to get warmed up in gym class to this in elementary school.
Yeah.
Signs you might be from Connecticut.
My
I'm cultured. I know that song.
Yeah, when I played it, I was like, oh, I know that. And then Miami, they have a football helmet now, a white old school football helmet with the old school Marlins. And I think Aguilar said that we're trying to get a thing. They saw the jacket, saw the cowboy hat, they see the cart.
Need something.
And they're like, we need something. So they get the walk-off win at the end, and they throw that on. Miggy Rowe had a really good Game defensively, there's a lot of hits. The Giants hit 5 home runs in game 2. Vossler. That's the guy they're excited about.
Yeah.
Is it Vossler or Vo?
Jason.
He's hitting. And Jesus Sanchez, he was slumping for a while, and he's back. He had like that monster home run last week, and then he had some hits this week. And he said he had a funny quote that was like, I was told the offense like lives and dies with me. He's like, I was told I'm a big part of our offense. It's something like that. Like I was told I'm important, so I got to start hitting again. I forget exactly what it was, but it was funny.
The Marlins stats, when you look at their team stat page, the starting pitching is kind of where you'd think it is. The lineup it's kind of middle of the order. Their bullpen's a little lower than you'd expect. But man, this is a team. It's funny you say they're looking for a thing. They might need that. Like if I think I said it last episode, but if they can tighten up the margins a little bit, it should turn into wins because I thought their hitting was going to be worse than it was. It's not. Their pitching is right where you thought it'd be. So maybe that football helmet can get them some more wins because it looks like just from the zoom out that they should be a 500 team, not 8 games below 500.
Yeah, I don't know who they've played and who they haven't played. I can't wait to get to the point where everyone's kind of played everyone, and we don't have to worry about that too much. The other thing is Donovan Walton hit his first Grand Slam ever, and then there was a note that said 13 players this season have hit their first career home run, and it was a Grand Slam. And I thought that was high.
Wow.
I thought that was really high. And Jacob Junis had a good start, and I'm kind of happy for him because I think they called him up. He got injured, and they had to call him up, and now he's pitching really well. But it's a split. So
it does seem like there's a lot of those. I've definitely seen it. My friend Danny Valencia did that.
Little dude.
First homer, Grand Slam. So he reposted his.
How tall is he? See our height?
No, he's 6. He's a 6-footer.
Who am I thinking of then? I'm thinking of a different guy. Who is the little dude on the Red Sox whose first hit was a
Daniel Nava.
Daniel Nava.
Nava? Yeah. Well, Danny with a V
Dan.
at the end. I was pretty close.
Danny Valencia listed 6'2".
Yeah, big boy.
Okay.
I was thinking Nava.
Show me that slug. Anything else there?
No, not really. I mean, they split it. I mean, the Giants need to start. It would have been nice for the Giants to take 3 of 4 there so they can gain a game on the Dodgers. Dodgers only win 2 of 4. The Padres took advantage. The Giants didn't, but it's a lot of season left.
A lot of season. They got to make sure they stay involved. 3.5 back of the Padres right now. The next one on the sheep here, I wanted to mention them when we talked Brew Crew because we have a fun development of this season. The St. Louis Cardinals are a half game back of the Brewers, and the top of this NL Central looks like it's going to be fun. Jack Flaherty throws his first rehab start. Cards take 3 out of 5 from the Cubbies in Wrigley, ends on Sunday Night Baseball. But, some things that we thought we might know coming into the season, Cardinals-Brewers, we didn't know how close it would be. I think these teams might bump uglies all year with the Cardinals' youth looking good, and I think that's going to be a fun summer thing to watch.
Yeah,
I think
it will.
You and I talked about it on Friday, I think, Jake. This is one of the Cardinals teams that kind of feels elite, like a little bit better than they've been. And when we mentioned that, I did look at some of the comments on the episode that said that's true. Like we've felt like we've been pretty good, but we haven't been since 2015, a team that they really think can go and win a World Series. This team really seems like it. They got some guys balling there. Jay Flair did make his rehab start last night. It was against one of my old minor league roommates, Colin Cowgill, who is managing in the minor leagues now. He texted me and said, Jay Flair's pitching against us tonight. So I texted him this morning. I said, how do you look? He said, good. Cutting some shit, 94, eased on and off the gas, carved us up, light work. So if you're a Cardinals fan, Jay Flair's ready to go. And all these teams that are getting to add these guys back, from the injured list. I think the Cardinals might be benefiting the most getting Jay Flair back.
Yeah, dude, they got they're just like debuting kids every night that are helping. Who's the kid that he's hit 4 home runs now in the first 11 games? Nolan Gorman.
He's the truth, man. He's
Zach Thompson had a 4-inning save.
big prospect for them, dude. Trev and I, we got lost in this the other day, and it was a really good point by Trevor. And I hope our hostility's done after the things we said pre-show to each other. I hope we can move on from that. On a lot of the good baseball teams, especially this time of year, we're seeing the effects of, like, you're calling up guys. Like the fringes of your roster and now, like, the meat of your roster. There's going to be dudes from within your organization. And a lot of the better teams, you can point at guys. I mean, the Cardinals are Exhibit A.
They've had
Brendan
the most.
Donovan,
9.
Yepes, Gorman. It seems whoever they call up becomes a part of this team and is making an impact.
They have debuted 9 players this year, which leads. There's 3 teams with 8. One of them being the Cubs, who also kind of put their rotation on display. Like the Cubbies, to me, this weekend, because they had a doubleheader and so many games, that it was out of necessity more than like strategic planning. But they call up Caleb Killian. They call up the other dude that pitched with him, Swarmer, who actually had a better start. I didn't know it hit through a little bit. Keegan goes to the rotation. He's his 3rd start now, but they're letting him just do it. Keegan Thompson. Also, there's 2 Keegans in MLB right now. Both made their debut like last year. Keegan has never been in the MLB before. Now they have 2 representatives, and it's like
You got a website
it's
you
like
can look at?
never been higher than 280 on the popular names list. So it's just a huge win for the Keegans to be represented in MLB by 2 guys. Such an unpopular name. For good reason. It sucks.
Spelled backwards, it's Nageek.
I like Keegs as a nickname, so that's fine.
I don't hate Keegan as a name.
Keegan as a first name?
I would never name my child that, but
So that's what I'm saying.
I don't mind it. I could see myself having a friend named Keegan. I'd be fine with it.
I was friends with a Keegan for a little bit. We lost touch.
Okay. Well,
That's exactly what a Keegan
It's a
feels
Keegan
like.
move.
Friends
He got
for
a
little bit, and then
girlfriend. He
you're
was gone.
Yeah.
Like he was a missing person.
They are lovers.
So
no
Keegan.
doubt about it.
and I just
They
picture,
get addicted to their significant others just a little bit.
100%.
yeah, you lose them.
Nolan Gorman, he's been batting second for them, which that's like
Yeah, and there was
Yo.
like a story about how the Cardinals manager, Marmol, is that how you say it? He like struck out in a big moment, and he walked back to the dugout, and Marmol just like busted his balls and gave him shit, and he laughed it off, and they said, that's
how you know if a kid really understands. I
I
remember Pujols' 3rd game playing for the Cardinals.
I'm not going to tell you what I said, but I busted his chops a little bit, and he took it in stride. So we got ourselves a winner. There's like a whole article on it.
Okay.
Guess who's coming back too? Short King.
Fire hydrant.
Is he going to get it going, Jake? Like, this is your
Yes.
guy. You're on the same
Yes.
wavelength, same eye level as
Yes.
him. Is he going to get it going?
Yes. No. Tyler O'Neill, he had the bad start. He got hurt. Now he's putting all that in his rear view.
That's scary, dude. This guy was like,
Tell Jack Flaherty, or you know what? I haven't talked to Jack in a little bit. I think it's time. I'm going to tell him, hey, next time you see Tyler O'Neill, tell him to bust out the most Canadian Vegas outfit he's got, and you're looking at 3 for 4 with 2 homers.
Our guy
one
Happer,
outfit. He should just go back to it. That ridiculous, like, plaid, like, Joker-looking
on.
fit he had.
I'm going to ask Hap. Some guys don't want to be always talked about, and it's always like a trade and all that, you know, but he understands the possibility of it
Business.
for sure. But like, dude's playing himself into some value right now.
Yeah.
What a start to the month of June. I mean, in the month of June, he's got a 409 batting average, 462. 6 games, but just unreal.
I didn't realize how much he's walking. He's amongst the league leaders in walks.
He loves walking. It's his favorite
You
thing
know
to
what
do.
his player's weekend nickname is, right?
Mr. Walk?
Please trade me.
Nine-figure Hap. And this guy's going to make 9 figures.
Oh, my goodness. Does he know?
I'm serious.
He might be in the office this week, Trev.
I'll be his agent.
Okay.
He's mad at you. You don't even give him the bottle of wine.
I know. I feel really bad about that.
You should.
He's gonna get it. Just be patient, bro.
That's how you spin a situation, people.
For the Cubs though, like Keegan Thompson has looked good in the rotation. Matt Schwarmer had a good start. 6 innings pitched, 1 earned run. I think he had no hit through 5 or something like that. And then Caleb Killian, who's like, that's their prospect. They got him in the Bryant trade. He's like the highest pitching prospect they've had in their farm for a while. And I believe one of the runs his final line isn't great, but I think it was it was not the bullpen pushed the last one across. Like it was really like 5-2 or something like that. I don't know. But there's some excitement about the young guys in Chicago.
Is Patty Wisdom going to go to the Rays and be a postseason hero?
Dude, he's got that Longo look.
He's like Longo told me when I got there, you're such a Rays guy. This guy's a Rays guy.
Because he looks like Longo light.
Yeah.
Him and Strickland mean mugging each other in that video I did. It was just like, you guys would be best friends.
You guys like
you guys like each other. Like, what is this?
You guys are in like with each other.
Yeah.
Patty Wisdom, Kevin Kiermaier, post game in Tampa, dancing. It's a vibe.
He's a vibe.
He's a vibe. All right, next up, the Braves sweep the Rockies. Gomber got lit up. Darno hit a grand slam, 2 home run day. In the second game, Max Fried was part of a historic Coors Field event. Tied 0-0 after 9 innings, only the second time it's ever happened in Colorado. The first time was in 2008 when Greg Maddux, 2008 Greg Maddux, that like always like whoa, what? And Aaron Cook went at it. That was the first time it ever happened.
Aaron Cook was good.
Fried's unbelievable. Jansen gets the save. They win 3-1. And then they had 2 extra inning wins in a row, the Braves. So not only they win the 4 games, they win in like fun juju. Acuna's back in the outfield, which is good because they needed some defensive help back there as well. First 4-game win streak of the season, then it becomes a 5-game win streak. Braves are over 500. They like the pitcher. Strider, is that his name? Spencer Strider. They think he might be, the guy in the rotation for a little bit to fill the gap. So Braves are feeling good. And the Rockies, I don't know. Jake?
Yeah, I mean, this is the Kelsey Wingert Bowl a little bit. Shout out Kels. Congratulations to her and Casey. Beautiful wedding this weekend. Me and Chipper did not play catch. I did almost do-si-do Jess right into him at a song that other people weren't do-si-doing, so things got wild. Yeah, my Rockies, we talked about, are they going to have fun? Are they going to find some magic Kool-Aid between playing in Coors and stuff? It seems that's out the window, and Kelsey's been away from them, so they keep losing. I think the Braves have just announced themselves to the dance. Enough funny business. We're going to get going. Like you said, Jim, Ronnie's playing the outfield again. The boys are back a little bit. Summer's here. And by the way, not to overlook this Rocky series where they had a little bit of fun, but schedule pod, they got a weird 2-gamer with Oakland.
Ooh.
So they'll win both of those.
No, that'll be a split.
Then they host the Pirates for 4, and then they play the Nationals. So that 5-game winner could turn to 9 pretty quick, or even if they slip up, like they are in their window to go from when are the Braves going to turn it on? They're a couple games under 500 to like, the Braves are going to be 5 games back of the Mets, and the hunt is going to be on. So I'm excited for that to kick into gear because I still love this Braves team, man. I picked them to come out of the National League this year, which, I normally think there is going to be a big hangover with the World Series champs and like all that Pedialyte stuff you talked about, Trev. Maybe that just happened.
They're just fine. This is why you play 162. We're still not even at the point where we really know who is who. I think end of June is kind of that. You can start looking at numbers and seeing what's real. I can't, this series, the one thing I just can't get out of my mind are the Rockies City Connect jerseys. Like I wanted to like him so much, but like the purple mixed with the green, I understand it. I get it. They didn't do it right.
Dude, they're absolutely awful.
agree.
I wrote it down, but I didn't say it because I always sound like just a grumpy curmudgeon because I know I don't have a good sense of fashion. So sometimes I sit those opinions out, but I was like, those suck.
I think they had the right idea. They didn't execute. The only ones that have been worse are the Dodgers. I don't understand at all. They were also on display this weekend. And
Do you like Anaheim?
I do. I got to see him on field. I got to see him playing around. I think are they debuting him tonight or something?
They
Nate Steele's
just
trying to tell me.
They just put him out there. Wait, is the Dodgers just these blue ones?
Yeah, and they say Los Dodgers, and that's about it.
Wow. Yeah, I saw those in the highlights when you said they wore them this weekend. I was like, I didn't notice anything.
The Angels aren't bad. The Rockies, kind of like you said, Trev, like that felt like that should have came to the table as like the first iteration, and then 3 weeks later they got to like, oh yeah, that's where we need to be. So I don't know if a time crunch snuck up on them, but yeah, they ain't it.
All right. The last series here, there's two more. The Pirates took 2 out of 3 from the D-backs. The Pirates are debuting some young guys. Like I said, Sawinski, he's hitting really well for them. The D-backs hit 5 homers in game 1, Jake. Yeah. They're kind of a homer and bunches team.
Yeah.
They go like 20 games with 3 homers, and then they go like 5 games with 20 homers. Pretty nuts. Alec Thomas, number 2 prospect, had 2 homers.
Stud.
Both on 3-2 pitches. Melanson blew another save. That's got to be up there. Roansy, I thought it was Roansy, but Roansy Contreras, that was part of the Clay Holmes trade, right? It was him in Hoy Park, or was he a different trade?
He was the Tyone trade.
Tyone trade? Okay. He pitched a gem. Sawinski hits a walk-off. Cal Mitchell hit his first home run. Sawinski went 3 for 4, and they called up Swaggerty. I don't think he's played yet. So the Pirates are calling up the kids. I wonder what changed in the time of the year.
I think they might have a little juice, too. 24-28. They've got a better record. They've got a better record than the Cubs. They basically have the same record as the Phillies. Call up some of the young dudes. See what you got. Start getting any sort of direction.
Yeah, if you think you have a core and, these young guys in this wave are going to be part of it, I think this is what you have to do. Like, let's go get these guys major league experience because you can't replicate it anywhere else. So rather than just sit around with a team that is not going to win and maybe some aging veterans or something like that, like bring these guys up, let them get some experience, make sure that they know like they're going to have to go about the game the right way, but really you're just trying to figure it out. So try not to look at your numbers too much, but every once in a while a big core works and, maybe the Pirates surprise us. These guys come up and they start playing well. And I'm not saying they're going to win a World Series this year or anything, but they can be very competitive.
It's a more interesting watch as a Pirates fan to watch some kids that you hope to have a future. The Reds and the Nationals, 4 games. I don't think we can talk about it that much. Things of note is that Corbin has now turned it around 2 solid starts in a row. Ashcraft is pitching really well for the Reds. Votto had a 3-run homer, and Lane Thomas had a 3-homer game. Consecutive, too.
That's nice.
Yeah.
Brandon
Joey
Drury.
Votto, 20 years with the Cincinnati Reds organization. I thought that was cool. He mentioned that on his social media.
That's cool.
That is cool.
Brandon Drury continues to hit a little bit, which is still a...
He turned it back on. I checked in on that maybe like 2 weeks ago, and it was coming down. So if he bumped it back up again, that's cool. I wonder if he gets traded. He's like almost that Freddie Galvis piece where it's like,
it's a body.
The body that can play positions and yeah. Wow. He did turn it back on. Look at this recent stretch by Brandon Drury.
Would you look at this?
Last 10 games.
Look at these.
It's not crazy, but 318 batting average, 811 OPS.
June he's going.
June he's going. Cool. All right, that's all. That's the NL for you.
Trevor.
I'm up.
You're up. What happened in the American League?
I will tell you, people, and we're going to start off out of the country in Canada. My Twins went in to play against the Blue Jays. and they took 2 out of 3. They won the chocolate part of the Oreo, 9-3 Twins. They won 8-6 Twins, and then in the middle, lost 12-3 to the Blue Jays. The first game, a lot of home runs from the Twins. Garlick and Miranda had 2 homers apiece. Buxton also went yard. They win that game 9-3. Blue Jays had a huge offensive game. Game 2, Vlad, Alejandro, Kirk, and Bichette all homer. They win that one 12-3. And then 8-6, like I said, Twins in the last game. The Jays defense was on display. There were some really cool plays. Chapman, Vlad, Springer all had nice plays. Espinal closed the gap in the 9th with a 3-run homer, but that was it. Twins took this series, winning 2 out of 3. Moving on, my goodness, you guys. The Yanks, they're good. Sweeping the Tigers, 13-0, 3-0, 5-4 walk-off Josh Donaldson piece. Yankees are doing everything right. The first game was the James O'Brien breakdown game. They got all over. Who's the pitcher? What's his name?
Elvin Rodriguez.
Sorry about that, Elvin. They found a tell and they crushed you. Trevino home run and a triple. Judge a home run. Rizzo 3-run moonshot. Carpenter, majestic homers. But they do it. They get a great start in game 2 from Severino, win 3-0. And then 5-4 Yanks, Donaldson with the walk-off sac fly. Left fielder, let that thing just drop, bro. Let the guy get a hit. Like, why do you got to catch that ball? Doesn't make any sense. Yankees sweet. My goodness, you guys are playing some good ball right now. Moving on, Kansas City. They got good barbecue. Astros take 2 out of 3 from them. 10-3 Astros, 6-0 Royals, 7-4 Astros. Urquidy goes 6 innings pitched with 3 earned runs in the first game. Aledmus Diaz, 2-run homer and the RBI single, and he had a nice play for the Royals in that game 1. Bobby Witt Jr., 3-run homer, the only offense they had. Royals came up banging, and Bubic had a good start in game 2. Sal goes deep, also had the RBI double. Bubic was his first game back since May 11th. He's been really bad. 5 innings pitched, no runs. That's nice. Garcia, also nice start. 7 innings pitched, 2 earned runs because, of course, he is the man. Astros win 7-4 game 3. Alvarez obviously signs a massive extension. 6 years, 115. Sorry about it. Moving on, White Sox in Tampa. This is a big series for the White Sox. They took 2 of 3 from those pesky Rays. 6-3 Rays in game 1 behind a nice start from McClanahan. Then 3-2 White Sox, 6-5 White Sox. Cease had like a million walks in that game too, but skirted trouble. So they win that game. And then Giolito, what did he do? He had a pretty good start. 6 innings pitched, 5 runs, but only 2 of them were earned. I think there was a bad error by Abreu. We'll talk more about this. Jake Berger had a bunch of home runs there. Just made me think of you and eating burgers. It disgusted me, so let's move on. White Sox take 2 of 3. This is a fun one. Mariners at Rangers. Mariners take 2 out of 3. 4-3 Mariners, 3-2 Rangers, 6-5 Mariners in 10. Gilbert and Dunning, right-hander, I believe. Both had good starts in game 1. Game 2, Adolis Garcia had a 3-run homer. Winker with a massive 2-run Jimmy Jack, and Barlow closed it out for them. And the last one, Mariners go ahead in the 10th on a wild pitch. Abraham Toro scores. So they take 2 out of 3 there. Moving on, Red Sox at Angels. I only got 37 seconds left. Red Sox sweep them. They're getting hot, I guess. Maybe they're still kind of like right at 500. A's, you kind of stink. Jed Lowry hits a double, I think, obviously. And the last series, Guardians at Royals. Guardians take 2 out of 3. 6-3 Guardians, 5-4 Orioles, 3-2 Guardians. McKenzie, 7 innings pitched, 5 earned runs. I was hoping it'd be a little less earned runs than that. Plesac in game 3 goes 6 innings pitched, 2 earned runs. Jimenez, 3-run homer in the first. He's really good, that guy, Jimenez. Guardians take 2 or 3. Are they a threat? I'm not sure. I think so. That's what happened in the AL.
Standings. The order of the teams in the AL West did not change at all, but the Astros have the biggest lead I believe they've had all season. 8.5 lead in first place. In the Central, Cleveland is now in second place as the White Sox fall. And and the Twins stay in first. And then in the East, the Yankees gain 2.5 games on Toronto, and 2.5 games on Tampa with their sweep of the Tigers. Where do you want to take us, Trev, or what do you got?
We'll start. Grandpa, bro, stop asking me that question. You know my answer is going to be
Okay.
Minnesota Twins dealing with the COVID list. Go up into Toronto. They take 2 out of 3. It's kind of like a homer fest. All the offense that I saw was just homers going on there. I think one thing to note, Blue Jays fans got to be happy. Barrios had a good start. You want him to kind of get it going. K'd a bunch of people. I think he had 13 Ks or something like that. Twins look good, though, man. Like, I keep waiting for them to fall, and they kind of keep winning series. And I don't know how to feel about that. Not so sure.
They are one of the teams that have debuted 8 players. I don't know how many of those are big players.
They had to do that a lot this series.
Yeah.
They are. They're up there as one of the other examples of when you're testing your depth this year. Kind of with the Cardinals, like they're calling up all their big ones. I mean, they have a chance. I joked about it. It was my wedding day gift to Kelsey as a joke, that saying we should rank the top 30 MLB organizations. She had 2 hours for that. The Twins, 9 of their top 10 guys have a chance to be in the show this year, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 already have. So, like, they're calling up their dudes, and those dudes are actually doing really well so far. I mean, Duran, Ryan, Miranda hit a couple dingers. Royce Lewis is getting the call again. He's hurt right now. But the Twins are one of those teams. We know a lot of their big guys, but when you start talking depth in this part of the season, hitting summer, they're one of those teams that have tapped in, and it's been paying off.
Yeah, they can. The Twins organization can develop position players. They've kind of always been able to do that.
Pat yourself on the back much?
I wasn't really one of them. I think they kind of failed me a little bit, to be honest with you. But they have high level talent in the minor leagues, 100%. We're getting to see some of it on display. I mean, Royce Lewis is an absolute baller. Another thing, I didn't even know this was going on until I started checking on the stats. Luis Ariz, 4 for 4. He's hitting 358, like leading the world in batting average and on base percentage. And he's like a guy that everyone talked about. Like, this guy could really, like, no, I don't know about 400, but like that was mentioned before with him. And it's cool to see, dude. Like, he's you don't have a bunch of hitters like Luis Ariz in the big leagues right now.
Luis Ariz, you don't. Hopefully he comes back. Dylan Bundy. What's going on with the starting rotation? Is Sonny Gray's on the IL right now? They didn't get length here. The Twins, from a lot of their guys.
Yeah, I mean, Gonzalez was like, I think they just called him up for this series, I believe.
Chi.
Yeah, he's been around forever. He's in the book, by the way.
Whoops.
Bam. He was in mine too, Bundy, but kind of invisible ink. Like, once I saw a couple letters, I was like, oh yeah, he's in my book.
Bundy, I think, started the year off pretty hot and just has kind of fallen back down to earth. I know you like that, James, because you're an anti-Bundy guy.
That's Jake.
Wow.
Other way, it's Jake. Oh, it's Jake.
Oh,
Jake.
okay. I got confused too.
It's the reason I question the Twins, James, and I think you can't expect too much out of that rotation. I feel really bad saying that, but they keep proving me wrong. I guess at least they were winning games. I don't know if it's because of their pitching or it's not because of their pitching.
Okay.
Joe Ryan was on COVID. He's coming back. Yeah, it's why it's as exciting as the Twins are, and the Yankees are playing them this week. So me and Jim and BBD will get our full dose in and get our hot takes ready. But when we talk about the Padres and how excited I get about them, because I say they're getting Tatis back and you can make 1 or 2 trades, those starting pitching upgrades just aren't as easy to find. And their starting pitching has been solid this year. They're 7th in starting pitching ERA. It's just that some of the names are tough to buy into, but their pitching coach deserves a lot of love, our short king, and we'll see what it looks like throughout the year. But it's why it makes us a little nervous.
Who's pitching tomorrow for them?
Bailey Ober.
He's coming off a good start.
Tall.
They're one of the teams that everyone's talking about wants to add Montas or Castillo or something like that. Then it's a completely different outlook on a roster, in my opinion.
I agree. There's going to be a lot.
Have a good starting line.
There's going to be a lot of teams hunting those guys. But yeah, I mean, if say Joe Ryan is their guy, the game opening day, and he's been good this year. If you can do a Montes and Sonny Gray and Joe Ryan, like that's in a way that's more than what they've had. But A, you got to get one of those guys, and B, you got to be there when it matters. But I mean, the AL Central right now, they are easily the class. My goodness.
Blue Jays side of things, I mean,
The Blue Jays.
tough series, but every time I watch them play, I'm like, these guys are really good, and they're going to be really good, and they're scary in the postseason. You got George Springer, who hit his 49th career leadoff homer, which put him 4th all time. Is that true?
He's nuts.
I wrote that stat, just so you know, but that seems crazy to me. He did it again. Right. He's got 50 now.
It feels right.
I'm just an Alejandro Kirk fan.
Yeah.
Yes.
So that's all. I just really like Alejandro Kirk, whose numbers are insane right now for a catcher, especially. Like someone said we should retroactively give him the AL pedal because his last day of May pushed him, and I am going to bring that to the board.
It was part of my award last episode.
That you want to do that as well?
I don't want to do it. I don't think it will. I don't think it should be done.
But it was
it's
May.
A discussion. Yeah.
If it happened in June, obviously not.
I still, in my vote, I don't think it would change it, but I think it would have made him more of the discussion.
All right, I'd like to vote for a re-vote.
At the end of the month, we can discuss that.
Bringing May into an account.
Yeah.
Okay, good. I'm going to do that. Good job by the Blue Jays.
Psych. Yankees sweep.
Psych. Yankees sweep. The Tigers. Tigers really can't hit that well, and the Yankees can pitch really, really well, which led to a perfect game attempt.
Every day.
A one-hitter in the next game, and Monty he went 6 innings pitched, 2 earned runs, so that's an awful start for the Yankees right now.
Your breakdown was everywhere. I guess we need to talk about it a little bit here. That's a great pickup by the Yanks, and the Carpenter thing was really cool. Bunting to make sure we got the guy in the stretch, and they just swing. You see the swings when you know what pitch is coming. How relaxed everyone is, dude.
Yeah, the Rizzo homer and the Carpenter homer are so funny. They're just like so.
It's batting practice.
Just breathe easy and rope it. Yeah, that bunt was really weird. A 2-out bunt in a 2-0 game. When you're only hitting home runs right now, and you have Kiner and Trevino who are putting at bats together, you got to put like 3 hits together to score yourself. So it kind of stood out, but that was cool. Felt bad for the pitcher. He said he found out when he watched the video. So,
your video?
Yeah.
I thought
a lot of conflicting evidence going on here.
A Rizzo quote came out today that said he told Barnhart
in the eighth inning. Yeah. But I guess no one told the pitcher yet. Or maybe they were planning it. Maybe they were letting it sink in and like planning on it. But his quote, someone from The Athletic wrote like a follow up on it, and said,
"It happens, man. It happens." Like,
yeah, that was some of the
video. He's got good stuff. It happens sometimes.
Yeah, that was some of the responses were like, "This happens all the time." I'm like, I know. But I can confirm it happened here because it's pretty obvious. What it was he took his breath. Mad. It was like where he exhaled more than like where he looked, I think, is what it actually was. But yeah, the Yanks put up 13 spot. Judge is going crazy. The Yankees pitching is going crazy. Their bullpen is completely gone right now. Clay Holmes has stepped up. He's doing ungodly things. But their starting pitching is just nuts.
I wrote in my notes, Sevy, 7 innings pitched, 10 Ks, King to Holmes to complete the Jake's wet dream.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I just thought about that. I thought about you watching that and saying, oh, I really liked it. And then you're a child, so you woke up wet.
Well, Trev, speaking of that, Trev, I don't know if you know this yet. The one hit in that game, and I'd kind of love to get your opinion on this. It was a line drive that kind of went through Kiner. It went off his glove. It was a hard knuckler. It was like 109 knuckling ball off Miggy Cab's bat in the first inning, but that was the only hit. So yeah, I don't know. Is there anything retroactive to that? Do you bump the scorekeeper and say, let's give this a switcheroo at some point? Like how does that go down with the players?
They changed the way that you can do it. You used to be able to just call up and ask them to change things. And then it became like a certain person had to do it then within a certain time. I don't know what the rules are right now, but there's definitely a system in place where you can challenge. It doesn't matter what part of the game it is. I saw the hit. That's tough.
It's a hit.
Yeah. It was a hot shot. It was 109. So the slow-mo makes it look easier, but in live time, and he's because in slow-mo you can see the bend, so it kind of looks like a loop, but it was 109 line drive. So he said it was a slider coming at his face. So I think it was a hit, and you can't do that anyway because part of the pressure of completing a no-hitter is you know you have a no-hitter. You know? Yes. He was kind of pitching a little easier. He's all right. Let's do it.
Game 3. I got some notes on it. The Rizzo stolen base still can do it. That's nice. Glaber ties it up, right? You guys like that? Mm-hmm. Everyone likes that.
Like those guys.
And then Donaldson, great at bat. Walk off. And who was the left fielder that just had to catch the ball? I never understand that.
That was a jerk move.
I like it in a petty sense. It was like a nice cat. He did it in a way where he could miss it and no one would care.
Yeah.
He did it in some Cavalier style point way. But
tough because you get graded on defensive stuff now. I think we've done that before. But yeah, from the hitter's perspective, that should be a brotherhood and a handshake. Hey, come on. This is over. The Rizzo he missed a ball that Anthony Rizzo normally gets. He kind of rolled over himself, and that gave up the lead. So when he got on base, I think he decided I am going, and yeah, a little funny business from the Tigers. He ends up on third, and the Yankees just win. They're on pace for $117. Trev,
your thoughts? I'll give them to you. I talked about it a little bit this morning on baseball today. A fabulous baseball show I do with Chris Rose. Mm-hmm. Times are real good right now in the Bronx. And the quote I used was, be scared when people are greedy and be greedy when people are scared. It's a Warren Buffett quote. I think we're due for a little bit of regression on Yankee land. I think we're due for a little bit of starting pitcher regression. I think there's going to be I just want to prepare people, dude. It's too good right now.
Well, I mean, if they didn't regress, they would literally be the best team to ever exist in history. So
yes.
I think it's obvious that I even think Yankee fans know that.
Okay.
Because that's how good they're playing right now. They have to regress.
Yes. Yeah. That's the point I'm making is the Angels were 27-17. Things were way too good in Anaheim. I'm not saying they're going to lose 11 games in a row like the Angels have. My goodness.
What do you think?
But 10? There's going to be there's some dark times ahead, but it's just preparing people. That's all, man.
You think the Yankees will lose 10 in a row?
No, I don't.
9.
I don't. Because they got some stoppers, man. And the Angels don't have stoppers. Do you know what I mean?
I think so.
Okay.
All right.
Ball
the Yankees pitching is ridiculous. I mean, if you live on baseball internet, you've seen some stats. Each one is crazier than the next. Their pitching is ridiculous.
Is true.
Wow. Let me double check.
Yeah.
Leading baseball in home runs, the New York Yankees.
Judge has 22 now, 21. Rizzo's got 13. They have more than the Tigers. The two of those guys had more than the Tigers, is what they said. Pretty nutty. Meanwhile, the Tigers not playing that much of inspired ball, but also I think their entire rotation is on the IL now, which stinks. Or Skubal might be back.
Outside of Skubal, yeah.
which is just unbelievably unlucky.
Yeah, it's no fun.
Yeah. The Astros win. That's nice to see. And they take 2 out of 3 from the Royals. They also pay Jordan. They get him locked up. Did he have arbitration coming up or something? Is that why this happened now?
Yeah, I think he was maybe going into it next year, and they only bought out, I think, 2 years of free agency or 3 years of free agency. He's gonna be 31 or 32 when this contract is over, too. I mean, this is a win for both sides. That's what I think. It's not crazy amount of money that's gonna hamstring your organization, but it's a lot of change for Jordan, and he just gets to go hit like he always does. That's all he wants to do. Let me go rake.
Does it so well.
So good. Consistently too. He's not a slump guy. I like to go back and look at all his months and see like how many bad months this guy has had. I'm gonna go do that right now, actually.
Okay. What do you have from the Houston series, Timbo?
Didn't watch it. Didn't see it.
Okay.
So I don't know.
It was just a good series like you'd expect from the Astros. They got some good pitching. They hit some homers, and then like Kansas City's just not going to keep up with them offensively. They're not. Scored 7 runs in the series against 23.
The White Sox-Rays series is one I'm interested in. The White Sox lose.
Not a lot of home runs worth watching. Go watch Framber's home run. He has a little hitch because it's a changeup, and then he just explodes on a ball. It's stupid.
Who's?
Jordan. Goes 456.
456, 114 exit velo.
Just a little, boom.
Boom. White Sox lose ground in the standings, but they won 2 out of 3 from the Rays.
Okay.
So I'm interested to see. And the Rays losing, I like that. And I want the White Sox to get back into the race here, so I like that. What's going on with the Rays? I missed last weekend as well. What's their since winning the 2 against the Yankees? Did they win their series in between the Yankees and the White Sox?
I think they did the same thing. Lost first 2, won the second 2 in a 4-game set. If I remember Friday's episode right.
So many 4-game sets.
Yep, they did that with the Rangers.
This was a close series the whole way through. The first game, the Rays scored 4 in the first, and that was basically kind of like all they would need. At the end of the game, Robert was up there, or Robert, excuse me.
Thank you.
And Pache just blew him with fastballs. Just absolutely blew him away with fastballs. Lefty on righty, just challenged him up in the zone and blew him away. So that's kind of like a Rays-ish win there. Arozarena with a 2-run homer. I think Choi, maybe had a homer too in the first inning. And then after that, it was like good pitching. They
blew it in the second, huh? Second game?
Yes. A lot of base runners. Couldn't get anything going against Cease. 7 walks. Just kind of crazy if you think about it. 4 2/3 innings.
Liam Hendrick gets a save.
And then
Great.
Rasmussen pitched really well. 7 shutout innings on 81 pitches. That's crazy, dude.
They had 16 hits. The White Sox had 16 hits in the third game. They scored 6 runs. Who pitched for the Rays? Yarby? Damn.
Yeah.
Yarby gave up 8 hits and got in 1.2. How'd he get outs? Single, ground rule double, pop fly, walk, ground rule double, single, ground out, fly ball.
There's a really bad, I wrote my notes, a really bad check swing, 2-run single by Grandal, which really hurts. I mean, it wasn't even like a full attempt.
That's what Profar had in the Brewers series.
Yeah.
Can I tell you something?
Yeah.
I'm putting up a little yellow-orange flag up for the Rays.
Yeah?
You've been saying that, bro.
I haven't said that in a while. A, screw the Rays. I hate them. B, the Rays were raising, right? They're winning series. They're going. Their lineup right now is hurting. They're missing Wander and Belau. I mean, those guys are studs of all studs. Their lineup right now is thin. Is very thin. They have it listed as Kiermaier, Margot, Yandy, who's having a great year, G-Man, Harold Ramirez, Randy, Brujan, Zanino, and Walls. I know the Rays lineup is usually mismatch and they play the matchup and all that. Their offense this year has been bottom third of the league. They're getting the pitching. The Rays always get pitching. They have St. Louis, Minnesota, and the Yankees coming up. Let's see. Let's see, Tampa. Those are 3 real teams. Let's see if Rays are going to raise. They traditionally do, right? They might get punched in the mouth over the next 2 weeks. I'm interested to see.
I mean, they were close in every single game. Like in the last game, they got within 1. They scored 4. It's really Raysy ways to get back in the games. Like, they scored 4 in the 6th on a Zunino homer because, of course, and then they just couldn't score after that. I mean, when I think of the Rays, I don't think of high-powered offense. But
you think of just zero fans, no fans? Is that what you think of? No fan
I think
base?
of Patrick Wisdom doing the Dougie before a game and then hitting a 3-run Jimmy Jack.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
That makes sense.
Or CJ Crone.
Because they actually do have fans, Jake. It's, Trev. It's just the traffic and the bridge and the driving and the stadium stinks.
Stadium wasn't there.
But the TV deal, the TV audience is huge. You
guys need to stop. We need to keep going. We're going long here. Mariners at Rangers. Mariners take 2 out of 3. Nice pitching in the first game by Gilbert and Dunning, who is a right-handed pitcher, Jacob. Rangers, they scored 2 in the 6th to tie it, and they take the lead on a Nate Lowe homer. And then that's mother effer Eugenio Suarez. Go ahead, 2-run shot off of Barlow in the 9th. Sewell gets the save. Eugenio Suarez has got like a bunch of RBIs, and my lock of the century is under 99 RBIs. And of course, he's just going off. Like, what does Vegas know, people?
So, Trevor Plouffe, you're saying on record you're rooting for injury.
No, of course not.
Oh,
but I'm
okay.
just not rooting for 6 RBIs. He had 4 RBIs in one of these games. I think what is he at right now? Who knows?
No way to look it up either.
32
No, I
RBIs, and we're at roughly the 1/3 point. So
That's tight.
good line.
Second game, 3-2 Rangers, all on our guy, Adolis. 3-run homer. Winker hits a freaking moonshot too. But that was basically it. Another good pitching performance in game 3. I have Ezekiel Duran getting his first career hit and his first career homer. And I thought it was funny. Actually, I noted this one. Suarez, what the hell? Suarez has the homer in the RBI single, and then he has the game-tying double off of Matt Bush, 2004 first overall pick, my draft, as a shortstop. Still doing it. Did not know that.
Bada bing. Red Sox sweep. Doesn't matter. Because the Yankees swept. Wasted of a sweep. Should have just lost. They get good pitching. I think that's
Really
nice,
good pitching.
Nice for the Red Sox to get good pitching out of Evaldi, Pivetta, and Rich Hill. Verdugo gets 5 hits. Bogarts and Devers 4 each. Story, Kike 4 hits each. A stink.
Red Sox back to 500. Fun one out left this week, Trevor. Red Sox and Halos linking up for 4 during their 11-game losing streak as the Red Sox looking seemingly to get their season back on track a little bit. Man, that is going to be a mess. Or 2-game split and everyone shake hands and moves past it.
Really good pitching out of the Red Sox.
Yes, they went out and did it.
Yeah.
I let out an audible laugh. Jed Lowry, you mentioned him doubling, Trev. I believe he passed Mark Ellis in A's history for like 3rd most career doubles or something, and I just laughed at Jed Lowry and Mark Ellis because, yeah, Oakland A's.
When I wrote Jed Lowry, the only offense for the A's,
Yeah.
a little bit of a time travel for me.
Reading an old scouting report.
Double ear flap.
Yeah.
Oh boy, Jed. In the last series,
Yep.
Guardians at Orioles, the Guardians take 2 out of 3. And they're kind of a threat in the Central. What do you...
Yeah.
Do you think there's any way? I mean, I know, Jake, you hate this team. You hate everything and you don't
But
really
he
ever
loves the
explain
players.
why.
But he loves the players, but he hates the team. He
It's the
loves
way they
players.
run the team.
It's
That's
the way
why,
that
right?
if this was $100 million teams, they would be the first in the American League Central right now. But instead, they're a $43 million team or whatever.
Okay.
Bieber's back on track.
Bieber looked good.
After getting to face Detroit, and Baltimore. His ERA drops to 3.12. Hey, you got to beat good. You got to beat everybody. I mean, Baltimore's actually pesky.
Yeah, he looked good too.
The Tigers were not pesky. Tigers are a little disappointing. I wanted them to be more. I know the pitching injured, but it's really the offense.
It hasn't been.
It hasn't been the pitching. It's been
Javi Baez's stats are incredibly bad this year. The young guys just hadn't done it. Maybe a little bit of juice in the baseball, but yeah.
Jake, can you tell us the interleague? Because it's actually a good interleague. It's a good interleague.
Ooh. Using all 4.5 minutes for this. The Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim went to see the fighting Philadelphia Phillies and their new manager, Rob Thompson. Game 1, 10-0 Phillies. They're riding the stairway to heaven behind Led Zeppelin as he has a great outing. Schwarber and Harper each hit 2 ding-dongs. That's a pretty good formula to win for them. The middle game, 7-2 Phillies. Wheeler Lorenzen. We like that. Phillies put up a 5 spot in the first. Real Muto, Camargo, and Moniak. That's not your normal customers in Philadelphia. The final game of the series, kind of that Midler Sunday afternoon malaise. What's going on out there? Angels are up 6-2 in the 8th. This game's over. Oh, no, it's not. The Phillies come storming back. They put up 7 runs in the 8th and the 9th innings to win 9-7. They get my guy Reisel. They got Jimmy Herget, our friend. We hate that. The Phillies, they're on a little bit of a win streak. They sweep the Angels. Angels go to 11 straight losses. And the Phillies, without Girardi, are they going? I don't know if it's the Girardi thing. I might put a little more stock in Bryson Stott, the young shortstop. He finally gets his bat going this series, including the game-winning home run in the final game. Philly sweep. That's what happened in the Interleague Series.
Way to go, Phillies. I totally agreed with Trevor. They needed to fire Girardi, and that was the biggest difference maker.
Yep. Trevor Plouffe said that.
No, I couldn't agree more. I mean, Jake doesn't like Dombrowski, and I'm kind of out on him. Not that I'm dude, you assembled the team.
Well,
I almost like that despite Boone's whatever. Cashman is like, no, I'll give a manager 5 years before we move on. He kind of said that. Phillies, you've had 4 managers in the last 8 years. It's to the point. I didn't get to do this last week, and I was really upset about it. It's to the point where it's clearly you just using this as a scapegoat, but you're overtly obvious about it now. To have Rob Topper be the replacement is hilarious.
Yeah.
He's been with Girardi for 2 decades.
He is Girardi.
He is Girardi. Just quieter and really good at crosswords.
Runs his spring trainings every year.
So, yeah, just kind of pretty laughable. Sucks for Girardi. But stupid. I agreed with Trevor's take on here and on baseball today. But good for the Phils for winning. That's fun. But bad for the Angels because they've been losing.
C-Rose asked me that this morning. He goes, was it better for the Phillies or worse for the Angels? And that's how he phrases his questions all the time. It pisses me off.
Such good Chris Rose shit.
I say both, bro. What do you mean?
Chris Rose's nightmare answer.
But man, from pitch at bat 1 of the Rob Thompson area, by the way, no P in that, people. Don't you dare put a P in Rob Thompson's name. Schwarber with the bomb, the offense just clicks, and then like the Sunday game, yesterday's game, was incredible. Like Bryce Harper, that's what you pay the dude for, and like I feel like he is clutch. I don't know if there is numbers for that, but man, I feel like he's in those situations a lot, and like the energy there was different. And now, is that because of Thompson, or is that because you're winning? I think it's probably because you're winning, but like he's electric, dude. That was amazing. Wasn't it bad? 3-2 off Iglesias, just fucking tattoos a ball. Grand slam too. Not even a 2-run homer, not even a 3-run homer. He's the best. He had the freaking thing tied on. He's fired up. He goes a little far with his outfits sometimes. I'll say that. But
Who does? Harper,
yeah.
Yeah. I have like things that I'm saying, but they're more they're going to come off bad. I'm happy for the Phillies. And I don't want to be mean to the Angels, but their pitching staff is going through some troubles right now, like starters and bullpen. And I hope no one out here thinks they're going to hang their hat on like the manager switch worked. And it's like, no, it didn't. Shut the fuck up.
I don't think anyone's saying that.
They
no
are.
one really believes
they
that.
Are.
Right?
They are. They're front office. Like the people that fired Joe.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I'm saying. They are. It's like, no, shut up. You guys you just did like service for service.
They and that's I said it in the little burn there, but if there's something you want to know of significance, obviously Bryce hitting ding dong, Schwarbo hitting ding dongs, and if they can start getting on a rotation where two of their guys are on fire between Castellanos, Real Muto, Hoskins, whoever, good. Bryson Stott, that's what I'm circling from this one. The kid came up, big prospect, shortstop, and he was struggling, bad stats. He gets his first home run in the show. Trev, getting that 0 off the scoreboard is huge. And then in the past 5 games, he's basically doubled his major league stats. So if the light bulb has clicked, or if it was just a slow start to the majors, it's Major League Baseball for a reason. If that kid can go and he can pick it anywhere on the field, that would be significant. So that's what I'm circling from this series. And the Halos, every team's going to have losing streaks.
Well, how bad is theirs now?
They're up to 11.
It's 11.
11's a big one.
Who do they play next?
And you were hoping to stop
Red
it
Sox.
the final game of the series when you had a lead 6-2 in the 8th inning and you didn't. So I don't even know what to tell you. You pissed your good start out the window. You're a 500 baseball team, and you can stop the losing streak and go, or you can roll over and die.
And it's the pitching that's been failing them?
I think it's one of those things. It's like everything. The pitching slow down. Trout's on an 0 for like, whoa. Ohtani slow down. I think Trout's 0 for 26.
Come on.
So yeah,
that's bullshit.
It's a little bit. That. It's a little bit of bullpen. It's a little bit of hitting. It's a little bit of starting pitcher. That's how you get to 11.
I'm gonna go to the bathroom and pee while you guys do standouts because I am about to pee myself.
Wow. Trev, your thoughts?
Someone in the chat brought up a good point about this. Bryce Harper coming up there. The Angels are up 4 runs at that point, and we saw Madden want Corey Seager to walk in and run when Mike Trout had the confused face.
Yeah,
made more sense here.
Yeah,
because you got Iglesias in. Are his splits? I don't know. He probably has great splits.
Yeah.
I don't know, but you could have done it here.
I mean,
hindsight, I guess, but
I obviously
interesting point.
I would have loved it because, well, I love that. And if that had ended their losing streak, how hilarious would that have been? Or even if you lose by that, that's even funnier and would have been better content. But anything else, Treviello?
I think that's it.
Trev, we will get in to the second half of the show. Standout Performances, Slump Watch, and Fuego, Best Friend of the Week awards. They are brought to you by DraftKings, the official sports betting partner of Major League Baseball. New customers, you can bet $5 on any team to win and get $150 in free bets, win or lose. So if you're looking to get in the game, That's not a bad deal. You don't need a winning bet. You just need a bet. They've got their same-game parlays. Poppy's been giving you some every Friday. It's safe, secure, and reliable. Withdraw and deposit money whenever you want. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now and use promo code JOHNBOY. Bet just $5 and get $150 in free bets no matter what happens on the field. That's promo code JOHNBOY at DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of Major League Baseball. Minimum age and eligibility restrictions apply. See show notes for details. MLB trademarks used with permission. Daddy Trev, you want to stand out?
I'm going to give this one to Sneaky Big Boy. C. Rose pointed out to me this morning, 6'5", 230, Joe Musgrove. Starter for the San Diego Padres, up against Milwaukee, in Milwaukee, 8 innings pitched, 1 hit. My guy was electric. And James, I'm glad you're back for this.
Yeah.
Because I know you like pitchers that throw innings and don't give up a lot of runs. Well, there isn't one start here for Musgrove under 6 innings. Every single start has a 6 or above on it. And guess how many times he's given up more than 2 earned runs?
Once.
Not once.
Or not once. No, yeah. When we did the JM All-Star team, he got it. And his game log,
it's ridiculous.
To not have a blip like Alcantara.
Alcantara.
No. I listened to it for a long time yesterday.
Yeah.
And I wrote it down. It's like Robert, where they kind of roll it but don't roll it. It's Alcantara. And the con is where they do the emphasis. Alcantara.
There it was.
Yeah, I told myself it's like ta-da. Like ta-da at the end, but ta-da. Anyway, Blev was saying that, like, have you looked at his? But he's got like 1 start. That's 5 earned runs. Fantastic season. And actually going into June, Sandy's been really good. But Musgrove doesn't have a fucking blip, dude. Like, it's nuts. Every start is 6 innings or more, 2 earned runs or less. It's nuts. Good for him.
There you go.
James?
Standout?
Yes, sir.
My standout performance goes to... Wait, who did you give yours to?
I haven't gone yet.
Oh, Max Fried then. I mean, that's 8 innings pitched, 2 hits in Colorado. To be part of a weird record that no one knew existed, but when you think about it, you're like, really? Like, oh, okay, yeah, wow. It is really hard to pitch there, huh? And it's his second time pitching there. So, Max, if you become a free agent, if the Rockies throw a ton of money at you, because Jake's strategy is only give money to pitchers who have performed there, like Lance Lynn pitches really good there. It's fastball pitches. Don't take it because they don't have a good direction.
Maybe if you feel like you're at a point in your career and they offer you the right contract. I mean, it's a beautiful city. So just do what's best for you, man.
Yeah. But, stay in Atlanta.
Stay there. If
They
they
give
offer
you-
you,
if they-
thought
if
Freddie
they-
would stay there and they didn't pay him, so I don't know.
Freddie?
Just take care of yourself, Max.
Freddie's a Dodger. That's probably the toughest thing for Braves fans.
Damn.
Is I see him in the Dodgers uniform and I go, oh, yeah, that looks way better. That makes way more sense.
Jesus.
Like
Don't
his
check
personality.
Don't check your ats. Holy smokes.
I'm sorry about it, but
I should clip this.
I see him there and I'm like, yup. Makes sense. Him and Trey Turner got that like skinny.
Trey Turner looks way better in a Dodgers uniform, 100%.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's brutal, but it's what happened. Good job by Max Fried, by the way. You got my standout.
Good job, Max. Trevor's friend. Nice guy.
He's a good looking dude.
Good looking guy.
Handsome.
Doesn't
Friday
even
night.
know it. One of those guys.
Yeah. Live there.
That's looking at pictures of cake.
Okay.
You're up.
James, I'm going off sheet. Off sheet.
I also went off sheet.
Yours is on the sheet.
I saw Jameson Tyone on there, so I thought the sheet wasn't updated.
I'm going with Jameson Taillon's friend.
Oh.
We talked about it. The no-hitter that didn't happen, Luis Severino. Trevor, do you know about this guy? I know you're kind of an AL Central guy strictly. Do you know about Luis Severino?
The last time Trev talked
Eddie
about
Rosario hit a homer off him in the wild card
Oh!
game. That one?
I thought you said that you were glad you weren't on that team because you wouldn't have got a hit off him in the wild card game, something like that.
I would have been a postseason hero. I really believe that in the depths of my bowels, baby.
On June 4th, Luis Severino, it's a lowly Tigers team. Don't care. He went 7 innings, 1 hit. That 1 hit went through the shortstop's glove. He essentially threw a no-hitter, 10 punchies. Luis Severino's ERA on the year, Trev, how's your 2.95?
How is it?
This guy was the former ace of the Yankees before they gave Garrett $300 million. He was a sort of a toss-up coming into this season. He hadn't thrown real innings since 2018. Trev, he looks good. He's added a little cut piece to his mix like a lot of the Yankees starting pitchers have. Fastball, changeup with a little bit of slider. And Trev, you're right. You mentioned that Mike King wet dream I have. Him and Mike King, they pair well together, like a nice red and a good steak. And yeah, that's going to be a playoff pairing come October. So Luis Severino, if you told James, myself, and Beebs that Luis Severino would be 10 starts at 2.95 ERA, we would have told you that would have been like the story of the Yankees this year. It's about story number 10 behind Nestor, behind Clay Holmes, maybe. John Boy Media, is that part of the Yankees' success? People are saying, I don't know. But Luis Severino, stud.
Tommy John fixed his or like made his changeup good now. He credits like his new arm. It's his second most thrown pitch. He was very much a fastball slider guy. Now he's fastball changeup guy. It's nuts.
It's got to be so interesting to come back. Basically, you have to learn how to throw again, and then you find out, oh, my arm is in this position now, and it makes me able to throw this pitch now. Pretty cool.
Not
Matt
bad.
Blake, you guys like he's a guy, huh? Like,
Matt
is that
Blake,
it or
Matt Blake?
like guy?
Yeah.
Are they talking about him a lot? Like, are all the pitchers coming out and be like, it's Matt Blake, or do they not say that?
No. They're not saying that. No.
For Yankees.
I
We
mean,
credit God.
they have a pitch development guy. I don't know his name. They just refer to him as the pitch development guy.
They talk about the gas station.
The gas station. They got a whole like gaggle.
It's
of
a whole
nerds.
system.
Yeah.
The gaggle.
Yeah. Nerd gaggle.
The starting pitchers are like orgy crew. They all watch each other warm up before the game, and they have a big powwow out there. It's kind of nice. CC started that.
He got it from the Mets. I always feel bad the Mets aren't getting credit for that because CC said I took this from the Mets.
He started it with the Yankees.
Yeah. That's watching each other's bullpen.
Saw that. That's you know what, I like pitchers doing something, so I'm all for it.
They used to just
Usually,
snap.
you know what starting pitchers are doing? They're like snacking and like making sure like they're ready to go, like
licking
they're
the
comfortable
Cheeto
enough.
dust off their fingers.
That'd be a good tweet from you, Trev. Like, what a starting, or if we were on TikTok, that would be a good tweet. Like, this is the day in the life of a starting pitcher, and it's just like you snacking,
jerking off.
you trip over something.
Getting a massage, 100%.
Golfing.
Cold tub, hot tub. Yeah, golfing. Nice sit down doing your cross. Like these guys.
Crossword. All right. Hey, let's go
And then they
to
get like pat on the back for going and watching a bullpen.
yeah. All right, let's go to Slump Watch on that note. Slump Watch. I think you have all the sound effects, Beebs, because I'm not hooked up. Mike Trout was on there.
Yeah.
And he went 0 for 11 again.
Yeah.
He was 0 for 10 last series. That sucks. He's still on there. He's staying on there. Bobby Witt Jr., 2 for 13. He was 0 for 10. He had a homer, 2 walks, stolen base, 4 runs.
Like it's kind of a nice series.
Yeah, and he's a rookie, so we're not going to hold it against him.
Outta here,
And Salvi Perez, he goes 4 for 12 with 2 homers and 2 doubles. So he's off slump watch. Bam, bam, bam. Congratulations. Alex Bregman, he is in the underbelly of MLB these days, huh? 2 for 13, a double, an RBI, and a walk. 0 strikeouts, so
I leave him. He got off to a hot start and he's slowing down. I want to track that.
Will Smith, 2 for 11 with a homer, 3 Ks, 3 walks, 357 on base.
Homer, yeah.
It's like a boom, boom,
For a catcher, that's why I gave him 2.
boom. Potential players to add. Jazz Chisholm, 0 for 10, a walk, 5 Ks, and a stolen base. Now, do you think it's because he didn't get the pedal?
Yeah.
Damn. Adam Frazier. I have no idea. What team is he on these days?
It's traded recently to Seattle. He's up.
Mariners? You'd think you would hear more about that. 0 for 9 with a walk. Grounded into a double play. So really 0 for 10 if you think about it. Nick Castellanos, 0 for 10 with 2 walks, a sac fly. Okay, sac fly. Christian Yelich. How's Yelic's season looking?
It's Frazier and J.P. Crawford up there.
Oh. Yelly, 0 for 11 with a walk. And then Benintendi, I'm putting him on.
Wow. Trade watch.
Trade watch.
Panda watch.
Get traded. The rest, you can do what you wish to do with them. Jazz, Adam, Nick, and Christian.
Let's be honest. It's an Adam Frazier pod, so I'd like to keep tabs on him. Yelly's a friend. Yelly's a friend.
Yelly's a friend.
We should get him off. I'm
right.
Frazier and Yelly. Those are the 2 closest TB guys.
I figured you would be because you hate Jazz so much.
Jazz and Castellanos, they're a little bit more Chris Rose rotation. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, I like what you're saying. I like Castellanos. I like Jazz too. I like both guys. Unlike Trev. All right, let's move on to In Fuego.
Ooh. Dirt nasties on Fuego. That means I'm on fire, baby. Like Waco.
Here are... this is too many guys.
It's a lot of guys. A lot of guys hit, huh?
Yeah, it's too many guys. I don't even know where to start. I'm going to...
Just do last or first name only.
I'm just going to do multiple homer only. If you only hit 1 home run, you're not on Fuego.
Damn.
Judge, 6 for 13 with 2 homers and 3 RBIs. Ian Happ only hit 1 home run, but he's hot. Him and Frankie Schwindel, similar lines, both 8 for 19 with some homers. Jordan got paid. Brandon Drury, he's back at it. Yandy Diaz didn't hit a home run, only had 6 at-bats, but 6 walks.
6 walks. That deserves to be mentioned.
Holy smokes, an .833 on base percentage. Eugenio Suarez with
Trev's guy.
7 RBIs.
Trev's
Eat
dude.
shit, Trev. Trev could be back for In Fuego.
Yeah, can I be back? What is going on here?
Pete Alonso, he's good. 3 homers for Pete. Cruz,
He's good, dude.
He's good. Cruz getting started. That's good for him. Trade watch. Koopa Loop. The Marlins team's a hodgepodge of interesting guys whenever I watch it. Sawinski, his first name's Jack?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Reminds me of Tommy Boy a little bit.
We got too many fucking Jacks in this office. I can't have
Hello.
another Jack. Lane Thomas sounds like lame Thomas, but he had a good outing. And Brendan Donovan, you heard about him, 8 for 20, 3 doubles, 3 walks.
Another rookie for the Lou.
Those guys are in Fuego.
You guys are hot.
These guys are eating about well. All right, let's go to awards. Jake, it looks like you're giving out the Blow Off Some Steam award.
Wow, calling me out. Was supposed to go last. Interleague Jake. But I'm hot right now. Trev, you go.
You're the only one that has one on the sheet.
Get on base,
I
kid.
am going to give out, and people, you're welcome, a Tolkien baseball.
Oh, good. We got a lot of time.
Let's fucking buckle up.
I'll make it quick, James. This one's the Marion Pippen Award. Now, if you know Marion Pippen, 2 Hobbits, you know, if you're watching the movies, the 2 towers, they kind of go off into their own little storyline, right? They get picked up in Fangorn Forest. The Ents have them. Treebeard's taking them to the council to see what's going on. And you're wondering, are these guys going to be part of the fucking movie or what, dude? Turns out they're a big part of it. They bring the Yents to Isengard, and the Yents help win that battle for the good guys. I am calling Patty Wisdom and Frank Schwindel, Mary and Pippen, because after last year, 2021 rookies, they're like 29 and 30 years old. We're like, dude, are these guys going to do anything? Are they going to prove it? Are they going to be in the show? Yes, they are, and they are doing well. I know Schwindel's overall numbers don't look good, but if you look in the last 28 days, my people, let me get it up for you. Where did they go? Son of a gun. I was on a roll. Last 28 days, hitting 267, 319, and of course, slugging 505 because that's what he does for an 824 OPS. Someone told me at some point he got sent down. I'm looking at his game log. He didn't get sent down, or like maybe it was for a day.
I think
He's been up the entire
it was quick,
year.
Though. But he
was
was
quick.
sent down, yeah.
Patty Wisdom, last 28 days, 799 OPS. He's got to get 8 years old, but he's been doing it. I'm happy for these guys. They're getting the opportunity, and they're doing something with it. They are my Marion Pippen Award winners. You didn't know if they were any part of the story, but they became a big part. I like them on the Cubs roster. And you know what? Like I said, we might see Patty Wisdom in that beautiful Rays blue down there. I like both these guys, so shout out Patty and Frank.
Really good. Really good stuff.
Really good stuff. Really good stuff. Really good stuff. Really good stuff. Really good stuff. Really good stuff. I'm gonna give the I how do I phrase this?
How are you going to phrase this one?
I'm not hungry for lunch.
I'm starving. I have food out there. I went pee, and Sam was like, "Here's your sandwich." I'm gonna give the not us.
Not us.
Jake and I talked about this on another show we do. The Mets. The gods tried to Metsy the Mets. And the Mets said, "No, we're not that guy anymore." Lindor slams his finger in a door. He has to sit out. And Scherzer gets bit by his dog. And the rumors start swirling. And you're like, oh my God, this is Metsy. Only the Mets have these headlines. And Lindor plays the next day and wins a couple games and plays really well. And Scherzer puts out his own statement and says, listen up, buttheads. My dog was hurt. I tried to help it. It bit my hand. It was my throwing hand. I took a day off. I threw the next day. I don't give a shit. This isn't a story. Shut up. And everyone said, oh, these ain't the same old Mets. They got backbone and spine. Because last year, they would have been like, Scherzer doesn't even own a dog. You guys are lying. And then the people on Twitter would have been like, well, what about this? There's a picture. I saw him walking his dog in the park the other day, and it bit him on both hands. And then they would have had to like make up another lie and cover up for it. Not these Mets. So, good job by the Mets on winning that award.
The Caitlyn Jenner Award. Not that guy.
I'm not that guy.
Not that guy anymore.
Yeah.
I don't know if you can give a gritty title to a team that they have a lot of money on that team, but there's some grit there, right? Like that's what I feel. It's like going in, doing what they did. I know it's a split, but that's a win for the Mets. And then you're doing it without your three best pitchers.
Scherzer's
DeGrom, Scherzer, and McGill.
Scherzer's one of the baddest MFers ever. McNeil is like an all-time scrappy guy. Yeah, they've got that.
And what they were doing last year, fake hitting coach, raccoon, rat, whatever the.
Yeah.
Maybe Buck Showalter is a god. I don't know, man. That shit. When you start to think about it, what they were doing last year, man.
Mm-hmm. Jake, you have an award?
James, you teed it up for me, my good man. I am giving off the Blow Off Some Steam Award. You know, a little life lesson. That's me and Trevor. We host our show every Sunday night at midnight. Getting loose with life. Tune in
Go to Lane Thomas
where it's airing.
because trains are on lanes and Thomas the Train.
When you gotta, sometimes you run hot in this life, whether it's, you stub your toe or you have a bad day or whatever it is, it's not best to react on it sometimes. If you're running hot, blow off some steam, go for a walk. And my guy, Juan Soto, he's been going for a lot of walks, and maybe he's frustrated with the team around him. Danny Vietti, he posted this, which kind of sparked me on it. Juan Soto, you guys know I low-key, high-key hate walks. Juan Soto has 45 walks this year. It is 10 more than any baseball player. The guy who is regarded as arguably the best hitter in the sport, one of the best young hitters to ever play this game, he is leading the league in walks by head and shoulders. And it's, yes, he has a really good eye and he has good patience. He also has a shit team around him.
Oh, my
And
goodness.
he's not a guy you'd pitch to. So, Trev, you were just joking that the Phillies or Joe Madden, they should have considered walking Harper to walk in a run because, hey, that actually would have been better than the result that happened, right? For a lot of pitchers, walking Juan Soto is a win. And I know it starts getting into Looney Tune land if we start talking about really changing the game around walk rules or making walks hurt more. If walks were doubles, there'd be a hell of a lot less walks. I get it. That's a little too drastic, and baseball's not ready for that. Maybe the change is get some dudes around Juan Soto or get him on a team with dudes. Because guess what, man? Him leading the league in baseball ain't an awesome thing. It's good. He has a great eye, and he'll take his walk because he's a smart, good hitter instead of chasing stuff. But it kind of sucks. So I'm blowing off some steam by giving Juan Soto the blow off some steam award. Just go for a little walk.
Okay. If you think it's bad now, wait till like the end of the season when some of these teams in playoff races are going to face the Nationals. He's not going to see a fucking pitch.
He ain't going to see a fucking bitch.
Sorry for cursing.
It's okay.
That was a hard F-bomb.
It's the end of the episode.
I mean, I don't know what they care about right now because they have Cruz protecting him, who's not having a good season, but they have Bell, who's having a good season, protecting Cruz. It could be because he's switch hitter and all that stuff. But are they just trying to get Cruz hot so they can trade him? Because you just put Bell after Soto, and then he'd get more pitches to hit. But they did that for like a little bit, but then now Cruz is behind Soto, and they moved Soto to
They've been trying a bunch of stuff.
They moved Soto to the
lately.
3-hole recently, but the only way he's going to get pitches to hit is if you hit Josh Bell behind him right now, and you're going to trade Josh Bell. So at the end of the season, he's not going to get anything to hit.
Nelly's been playing a little better recently. Last 14 games, he's got some Nelson Cruz numbers, but yeah, it's not great, Bob.
Who's our best friend of the week?
It's Happer.
Whoa.
9 figures.
8 for 19 homer, 3 doubles, 2 walks. The RBIs played the most games this weekend of all our friends.
That's true.
That's you.
And that's you.
Little head
Me
up.
putting out in the ecosphere, is that what it is called? That he's going to get 9
ecosystem.
figures means he's going to do it because I'm a huge media member now. So I feel like maybe he owes me some wine.
You're right. You're
Yeah,
right. Yeah.
actually.
Okay.
Yep.
That's true. Why don't you buy it, hand it to him, and then split it with him on a night that he can only have one drink?
Sounds really good.
Yeah. All right. You want to do elevator talk? I'll spin the wheel. Spinning the wheel. Spinning the wheel.
Spinning the wheel, spinning the wheel.
MLB will decide what happens next. It's going, it's spinning, it's spinning, it's spinning,
Having
and it's
a-
come up on the
Really good episode.
Texas Rangers.
Ooh.
We had a nice question earlier today. Are the Rangers looking to add? Is there any scenario that they're looking to add? They're close to
Yes.
500 ball.
Yes, I'll
They
tell you the
have-
scenario.
Okay.
A multi-year player.
Yes.
Like Hap has a year attached to him. something like that.
Stroman to the Mets.
Stroman to the Mets, Bauer to the Reds, someone like that, because they're not in it. They're not going to add a rental. But if they can use pieces to get a guy and you get 2023 as well, then yeah, they'd probably, or I don't know, that's where they would add. A true rental? No, I don't think so.
There was a great point being made that a lot of their top prospects are middle infielders. Obviously, they have middle infield cover for a while, so they can, deal from a position of depth, bring back, like you said, James, I believe that, some guy that they have control over for a couple of years. I don't think they're going to do it for this year, no. But
now I'll ask you another question. Okay. Are they going to trade Martin Perez?
Yes, I think they should, 100%.
Martin Perez, your current AL leader for the Cy Young. They're starting to reap the rewards from the Joey Gallo trade. 3 prospects playing.
Six Sox.
Zeke Duran. Josh Smith. Glenn Otto.
Big necked mofo. Is he going to play soon or what?
He got hurt in spring.
He's looking at September.
Josh Young.
Yeah, great neck.